स्टडी IQ IAS, अब तैयारी हुई अफोर्डेबल।
Welcome to StudyIQ's initiative, the podcast. I am your host, Dipansh Murjani. So tighten your belts because it is time for the podcast of the day. In our previous episode, we discussed roles and responsibilities of union government and state government. All our new listeners can listen to our previous episodes not only on YouTube but also on audio streaming platforms like Spotify, Hubhopper, Kuku FM, etc. In today's episode, we are going to study 7th schedule of our constitution in detail. Sir, in our constitution there are 12 schedules, but 7th schedule is all about division of power between central government and state governments. So can you explain 7th schedule in simple words?
The 7th schedule of Indian Constitution deals with the division of powers between union and state governments. It is basically a part of 12th schedule of Indian Constitution. This provides the division of powers between union and state government, which is notified through the three kinds of list which are mentioned in 7th schedule. The list are union list, state list and concurrent list. As mentioned earlier, Article 246 deals with the 7th schedule of Indian Constitution that mentions these all three lists which I have already mentioned.
Sir, can you please explain to us the features of union list?
The key features of union list and concurrent list are mentioned. Like in the 7th schedule, the union list is basically have 97 subjects originally, but now it has been increased to 100 subjects. In union list, center has exclusive powers to make laws on the subjects which are mentioned under union list of constitution. The union list signifies the strong center as it has more subjects than the state list. It contains more important subjects than including in any of the other two lists. All the issues, matters which are important for the nation and those requiring uniformity of legislation nationwide and included in the union list. Basically the matters which are very much importance of national integrity, sovereignty and unity are mentioned in union list. The dominance of union list over state list is secured by the Constitution of India as in any conflict between the two or overlapping, the union list prevails. And law made by Parliament on a subject of the union list can confer powers and impose duties on state also, or it authorizes or conferring of powers and imposing of duties by the center upon the state. In union list, Supreme Court's jurisdiction and powers with respect to matters in union list can be enlarged by the Parliament itself.
Sir, are there any features that were added to the union list by amending the constitution?
There has been 88th amendment which added a new subject in union list which is called taxes on services.
Sir, after understanding the features of union list, now we are curious to understand the features of state list.
7th schedule of Indian Constitution also provides the state list. It has 61 subjects. Earlier it used to have 66 items in the state list. However, with the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, it shifted 5 subjects from the state list to concurrent list. And the subjects are education, forest, protection of wild animals and birds, weights and measures, administration of justice, constitution and organization of all courts except Supreme Court and High Court. These above 5 subjects have been shifted from state list to concurrent list.
Sir, can you throw some light on the conditions under which Parliament can make laws on those subjects which are mentioned in the state list?
As I have already discussed that Parliament can also legislate on the subjects that are enumerated under the state list, but there are 3 conditions to it. First, when Rajya Sabha passes resolution, then Parliament can make laws in that subject. Second condition is that when during the national emergency under Article 250 is in position, then Parliament can make laws from the subjects which are enumerated in state list. And third condition, when two or more state passes a resolution requesting Parliament to legislate on subjects under state list. However, there are few things to be noted. Number one is that state resolution, the law made is only applicable to such states that are passed a resolution. However, other states can too adopt it by passing the same resolution. The second note you have to remember is that the law made by Parliament on state resolution can be amended or repealed by the Parliament only, and it cannot be repealed by states.
Sir, is there any subject which was added to the state list by amending the constitution?
The 69th Constitutional Amendment Act 1991 made special provisions in relation to national capital. Laws cannot be made by Delhi government on the three subjects under the state list named public order, police and land. So in these three subjects, Delhi government cannot make laws.
Sir, in 7th schedule, the third list is the concurrent list. So can you please elaborate some features of concurrent list?
As I have already discussed, through 42nd Amendment Act 1976, there are 5 subjects which were shifted from state list to concurrent list. The concept of concurrent list in the Indian Constitution has been borrowed from the Constitution of Australia. Even central government and state government both can make laws on the subjects which are mentioned and enumerated in concurrent list. While both central and state government can legislate on subjects mentioned under concurrent list, however, in case of any conflict, the law made by central government will always prevail. The matters on which uniformity of legislation throughout the country is desirable but not essential are enumerated into the concurrent list.
Sir, thank you for giving us the information. Dear listeners, we will call it quits for this episode of the podcast. In the next episode, we will be back with another topic relevant for your examination. Till then, keep studying and stay connected with StudyIQ. You can listen to StudyIQ Presents the podcast on various audio streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Hubhopper, Kuku FM, etc. Links are pinned in the comment section below. Thank you.